Okay, everyone can hear me okay, right? Perfect. Okie dokie. Okay, so week 3, what we're gonna go over, you have to bear with me, this is my first time teaching week 3, is we're going to touch on your marketing profile again, just a little bit, and then we are gonna go into the consumer section. So if you didn't complete your marketing profile on week 1, like we talked about, I'm just gonna show you real quickly how to get there again. It's very simple. You're going to click the drop down arrow beside your name. You're gonna go to settings. Once on the settings page, you're gonna come over to the left-hand side where it says connect settings, and then to marketing profile. Okay, you should have completed this with week 1, but if for some reason you did not, just come in here. There's 2 ways to do it. You can use the marketing profile Kelly guide, which will walk you through step by step, or you can simply scroll down, upload your photos and your logos, and fill out the information going down the screen. I do want to make a note, something that I learned. Do you see how this just says brooklyn.kw.com? It really needs to have more information than that. I was recently taught that I needed to go well, it's not going to give it to me. I was recently taught that I needed to go to the actual site and copy and paste it in there so that it would have that HTTP/ yada yada ye. But I'm thinking that is just if you don't use the KW site. If you use the KW site, it should work just fine. I've never had any complaints, people clicking on my website and it not going. But if you use a different website, make sure you're copying and pasting the full link so that it will get them there. Okay. Don't forget that once you've filled out all the information, you need to scroll to the bottom and hit save. And then turn the toggle on at the top that allows the information to flow over to your agent site. So you want to make sure you get this piece done. If you didn't get it completed from week 1, before you start on these sections for week 3, it's very important that you get this done, okay? So we are actually going to go into the consumer section of Command. That is the one all the way down here at the bottom. There's a couple different things that you can do in the consumer sections. There's landing pages, agent sites, and the guide builder. This has to do with our app, the consumer KW app, which is really cool. I can't wait to show you guys about it. The agent site is, of course, your website that you get through Command, and then landing pages. So landing pages are like standalone websites that you can build for your listings, or you can build to just capture people's information. And there's all kinds of different things that you can build and do with them. I'm going to show you how to build a landing page for a listing. So let's say if you were doing an advertisement on Facebook, like through campaigns, you would first want to create a landing page for that listing, or if you're trying to attract buyers, creating a landing page for yourself so that they would have a place to go after they click that learn more link. I am on the landing page tab currently. You can see that I have created different ones. Okay. The status of these landing pages is right here on the side. This toggle means that it is currently active and people can see it. When it's green, when it's white like this, it means it has been turned off, and you can simply turn it on and off by clicking it. It'll say, are you sure you want to set the status of this active? You can say yes, and then that site will be active again. I'm going to go ahead and turn that off. Yes, I want to inactivate it because this house has sold, so I don't want people to be able to go to that page. To create a standalone page, you simply click right up here in the right-hand corner where it says click a new site, or excuse me, create a new site. It's going to ask you, where would you like your page to display? On my agent site or as a standalone? So when we're creating these standalone sites for like listings, we're going to click as a standalone page. And then simply click create page. That is going to bring us into the section where we can create. Now, up in the top left-hand corner is where you'll name this. If it's a listing, you should name it the name of the address of the listing. So we're just going to say 123 Main Street. Now you'll notice my canvas is very blank. There's nothing there. This is a simple click and drag situation, okay? You have what are called widgets on the right side of the page. You can look at each one of them. You've got agent branding, branding header, lead form, legal footer, listing, market snapshot, your local expert. You can even put in videos, testimonial capture, and download my apps sections. So these are all different sections that you'll have on a page. And then they also have this like personalized content blocks, like if you wanted to add in some extra text or a photo somewhere that you can throw on there. I recommend sticking with the widgets until you get really good with those. I typically start with a branded header. I'm literally just clicking it and dragging and dropping it. Now you'll notice that some of the information went ahead and filled out with my info. If it doesn't fill out with your information, that means you haven't completed your marketing profile or you haven't turned on that toggle that we talked about a minute ago, okay? Don't worry. Before we can launch this page and make it active, we have to configure all of our widgets, and that gives us the opportunity to change the picture, add a header, all that good jazz, okay? So right now we're just building the different layers. You'll have to mute your other one. Who is Faith? I'm not sure who Faith is. I'm sure you can hear me, but this is Command 101 week 3 training. If you have not completed week 1 and week 2, I would highly recommend joining us on November 5th when we restart this course. This is kind of a continuation course. I got your email. Were you in my other classes? And I just don't remember it. I don't have my paper with me. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and continue. Okay, so like I was saying, you simply click and drag over. So if we were building this for a listing, here's my listing widget. I would click it, drag it, drop it. Obviously, this is not a listing that we would have here in our area. It doesn't look anything like it, like our area, but that's okay. Keep scrolling down. It's just giving you a preview of what the listing section looks like. We are going to configure it here in just a few minutes and make it into one of our local listings. Okay, I like to do a header. I like to do the listing. That's okay, Faith. You have no video or microphone. That's fine. You're more than welcome to hang out with us and see what we're doing, but just know Command 101 is a 3-part course. We're going over the consumer section today, and our other classes go over contacts and opportunities and smart plans and things like that. Okay, anyway, back to this. After I've put my listing down, I like to do a market snapshot. So I literally click it, drag it, drop. It will go right underneath it. And it again is just giving us a preview of what the section looks like. I then like to do your local expert. And then my legal footer. So basically, we just very quickly put together an example or a preview of our web page for people to check out. Once we've got it laid out the way we want, and if you accidentally put something in the wrong place, don't worry, you can click it, click the section, and you see how this little toolbar popped up here? This gives us the ability to, this will move it up one. If we click this, it'll give us the ability to click and drag it where we want it. This will duplicate it, and this will get rid of it. Don't worry if you click the wrong order, you can move it around or trash it. All right. Now I'm going to click Configure Widgets. That is going to bring up this sidebar menu. You'll notice it says 2 of 5. Here I have 5 widgets on the page and I'm on section 2. I really want to start from the beginning, so I clicked that back arrow. You'll notice it has all 5 of the widgets that I selected in the order that I placed them on my blank canvas. If I click the branded header, you'll notice that this is my headshot I uploaded on the marketing profile. Here is my name and phone number, my email address, my logo. All of those things came from the marketing profile. But the one thing it didn't do was there's a header text. It's not required, so you don't have to put anything in there, but you could put the address or you could put like a catchy phrase. So I know when I have a home with views, home with a view, I'll put something like that. Or I'll talk about like how much land it has, like 15 acres and 2 homes. Something that will kind of like catch their attention and give them like a little wow factor about the house. And you simply click Save and Apply down at the bottom. It is going to reconfigure that section and you'll be able to see that header pop up over here. Now, I have 2 options. I can hit the back button here and then select the second widget that I want to work on, or I can hit the next button here on the right-hand side and it will take me into the listing sections. Now, when you're browsing listings for this specific widget, you can pick from any listing out there. So let's just say that you're doing an open house for another agent. And You don't have any listings, but they do, and you're going to open house for them. You can create a standalone landing page for that agent's listing with their permission. If they're letting you do an open house, they're most likely going to let you create a landing page. No harm, no foul. So you can search for any listing by its address. Now, I will tell you, Command is a worldwide company, or excuse me, Keller Williams is a worldwide company.
Hey, Brooke.
Yes.
How did you get back to the search for listing? I was sort of going on Command, going through my steps. I have a new listing, so I was trying to do it as we went along, and I missed a step.
I have to select the listing. So are you creating a standalone page with me?
Yes. And I
Okay.
have done the save and apply. I did all the headers and that kind of thing, but
And you hit the next button.
where is the next button?
So you're configuring your widgets. It's in the
Okay.
top right-hand corner of that little screen.
So where it says save landing page and then,
No.
okay.
This one. Okay. Do you see, like, you have this menu open, right?
Right.
Okay. I clicked the next arrow.
Okay. I'm watching you on my phone, so it's really small. Okay. I was looking for something that said next. Okay.
It's an arrow. I apologize.
Okay. Browse listings. Gotcha.
I'm going to click change listings because I really didn't want that one. But what I was saying was this is connected to all the MLSs out there that Keller Williams is connected to. So as you can see, there are like tons and tons and thousands and millions of listings in here. So sometimes when you search with an address, you are going to get 123 Main Street, Tennessee. You are going to get 123 Main Street, Texas. You are going to get 123 Main Street, Arkansas. You're going to get a ton of them. Best bet is to go into Flex MLS, copy the MLS number, come up here to your search options where it says property address, drop that, and that will give you the option to search with your MLS number.
Okay.
Hit search. Voila. I got 2 listings compared to all of these that are Cora lanes. Now, granted, 1082 Cora Lane popped up at the very top, which is wonderful, but it is not always that clean. It is not always that neat. So if you can get it on the first try with the address, great. If not, go get that MLS number and change this to MLS number and plug it in there and hit search. Okay. So after you've selected the one that you want, it's going to pull that listing information back into that sub menu that we were looking at. It's going to ask you for a header image. So this main image right here is what it's showing, is what it's calling a header image. It will download, and my computer just got slow, so give it just a second to kind of catch up. Because it's pulling everything over from the MLS. Oh, computer, don't die on me. I had a lot of photos in here for this one.
That's a
you-
beautiful house, by the way, on the screen. Can I have that house?
I already sold it, but thank you.
Darn it.
I like to pick a picture that showcases the house. And my computer is giving me difficulties. Usually it goes a lot smoother than this. I think it's just this computer is like, I don't like you today, as usual. No pick. I want to get down to the section that's like the aerial views, but it's having a really hard time getting down there for some reason. Come on. You can do it. You got this. Here we go. Let's go with this one. It's not loving me today, guys. Sorry. Okay, I'm gonna try and hit save and apply. Okay, as soon as I hit that save and apply button, it then reconfigures. I know not the best picture, but I got tired of fighting with it. It then adjusts the bedrooms and the bath. It brings over the property description that was in the MLS. A carousel with all the photos in it. And the detailed features, as well as a map of where it was located. Now, I just simply hit the next arrow and it will bring me over to the new market snapshot. Obviously, 78701 is not the postal code. If I happen to know the exact neighborhood that the location is in, I can do the neighborhood. If not, I can use the area code of the home. Save and apply. Scroll back down. And now we have the market stats for gray. That is all of the gray area. So you can see active listings. There are 52 active listings in the gray, which is a little crazy to me. 6 of those are pending. Average list price. Average sold price. It's nice if you know the exact neighborhood that the homes are in so that you can narrow it down from such a large area to more specialized areas. Okay, so then I'm just going to go ahead and click the next arrow again. That'll take us over to the About Me or the Local Expert section. Now this information, it is going to pull directly from the marketing profile. You'll notice there's a couple things here, like role, that is left off. You just simply need to fill it in. One keynote is the agent bio. We are allowed a lot of letters on the marketing profile, where on this, we're only allowed 280. That has always been a pet peeve of mine. I think if they're only going to allow us 280 in one place, they should only give us 280 in the other. So you'll just need to shorten it Obviously, I would want it to say something a little different to kind of make all of this flow and make sense, but for the sake of time, I'm just gonna take off the excess. Now, you see here that it's asking for the link to download the app. There's a button that's associated with this that says download my app. You can find it on your app and type it in. I have done it numerous times, so it automatically pulls there for me, which is nice. But if you need to find it and it's on your marketing profile, simply open a new tab, go right back into command. You can have multiple tabs of command open, it won't hurt anything. Go to your marketing profile. Scroll down. At the very bottom, copy and paste that into this bar.
So what if we don't have one down there yet?
Okay, if you don't have one down there yet, means you didn't do your homework.
Well, I've got my marketing profile in, but I'd gotten to a point
Okay,
that I couldn't finish it. I think that's when I talked to you the other day and you said, I'm going to go over that in session 3. But I
when we,
can tell I don't have my site ready yet.
that's okay. When we get into the KW app here in just a few minutes, I will show you where you can find that to send to yourself, and you'll have the link. Okay.
Okay, great.
Okay. Save and apply. That information updated. Click the next button, and then it is just a nice, pretty legal footer. All of this information will pull from the marketing profile, save and apply. And you have 2 options. You can save the landing page and publish it later, or you can publish page now. If I hit publish page, would you like to publish this landing page? Yes. It is then going to make that page active. Right there it is, 123 Main Street, Johnson City, Tennessee. If I click the URL, it'll take me to that page and I can look at it big. Okay. Again, we'll use the toggles to turn it on and off. And if I want to delete it, I can use the 3 little dots to the right, click, delete, yes, and it's gone. So that is a standalone landing page. Now, to create your agent site, you'll click on, oh wait, do I have any questions about landing pages or standalone landing pages?
Yes, is that, you said that you should or do that when you're doing an open house for somebody else?
Yes, like if I'm going to put advertising on Facebook about an open house, like boosted advertising, I always create a landing page and have it linked to it so that if they click that learn more button, they'll automatically be jumped to that landing page after they've given me their information.
Okay, I would have thought that that would have been like connected to the person who's listing the house instead of myself.
Nope, you can create a landing page for any listing out there. You just need to make sure that you get permission from that agent.
Okay,
Okay, so agent site pages. This is building your agent site, so your like web page. It's really simple. It does take some time. I'm going to go through it rather quickly. It's going to have to be something that you take 30 minutes to an hour to sit down and do for yourself, but it's really easy. You'll again go to that consumer section, click on agent site pages. There's a couple different ways to get there, and it looks a little different depending on where you are. Obviously, mine says see your configured agent site here, and it gives me a link to click because I've already made mine. I think the majority of people that haven't created one, they either have this configure your site button to the right-hand side, or it's going to be down here on the left-hand bottom corner. So it could be either one of those places. It just depends if you've tried to make a site or not. Okay. So I'm going to click configure your site. It comes up with this pop-up menu that says, what provider would you like to use? You are going to select, I want to use the new KW app. Okay. Playster was the provider we used to use before Command came out. So if you have one of those, you have the option to continue with one of those, but they will charge you for it. Or you can explore other options in the KW Marketplace. I just use this one. I don't use my agent site a lot. Some people do. Just select that first circle, click it, and then hit submit. That is then going to launch us into the Kelly guide for the agent site. It's a very simple step-by-step piece it together puzzle. You'll scroll down and click get started. You'll read through the compliance reminder, acknowledge and continue. Now, just like when we were building the standalone page, on the right-hand side of the screen, we have information to fill out. And on the left-hand side of the screen, we have a preview of what it's going to look like. This preview does not update as quickly as the preview on the standalone page, okay? Now, the first thing it's going to ask you to do on the right-hand side is to pick a domain name. That is basically your web address to get to your website. I have just been very simple and put Bia Revelo. It is always going to be .kw.com. It doesn't matter what you put in this box, .kw.com. You don't have to type that in, it's already there. Some people like things like mountainhomes.kw.com, Tennessee realestate.kw.com. I just went with my name. That was the easiest thing for me. You'll type it in, you'll hit confirm domain. If that domain is not available, it will pop up an error message and say that somebody already has that. If it is, it will say, congratulations, your domain name is blah. You are only allowed 30 characters. We have some agents out there that have really long web addresses in the past. They have shortened it and said, okay, no more than 30 characters max. So if you have one previously and it's over 30 characters, you'll have to shorten it down. Okay, it tells you there's no spaces or no special characters. Pretty standard for a web address. You'll scroll down just a little bit to this marketing profile information. Click it and it'll give you a drop-down menu. Again, you'll notice the basic information from my marketing profile load over. Everything on this page is coming that has an asterisk on it. This little red star has to be filled out before it will let you go to the next section. Okay? Scroll down, make sure it's what you want it to be, change it if you need to. And then simply hit save and continue. Okay, that will then launch us into the second section that says style and theme. I'm going to be completely honest with you. I have never noticed a difference between the red theme and the dark theme. You can pick whichever one jives with your logo best if you have a logo. If you don't worry. You'll scroll on down. It'll say homepage text. I've changed mine to let's find home. It says let's find home there. That portion updates. Update homepage hero images. Now, here's where you'll notice that the preview doesn't quite match what I've uploaded. That's okay. It's okay. What this background does back here is it's a rotating carousel of 5 images. You do not want those images to be 5 images of you. You want those images to be, as you can tell on my screen, I did mountain views. These are all pictures I took hiking. I'm a big hiker. I've done so many miles of the AT trail through here and different things like that. So I put a lot of nature things. So when we go to my website, you'll notice a rotating carousel of these 5 images. Now, if I want, I can hit the preview button and it'll launch it over onto the left-hand side so I can see what that's going to look like against this. But it will not rotate it for me on my preview. That's okay. I would recommend 5 images that define you or how you feel about your business. In the design section of Command, they have lots of pictures to choose from. Just download them and upload them to this section. They've got like people signing contracts, swinging, looking at houses with agents. They've got pictures of different homes in different areas. That way you don't have to like go out and take 5 beautiful pictures. I just happen to have these on my phone, so that's what I used. It can be 5 pictures of anything. If you don't want it to rotate, just upload 1 picture and it will stay the same picture. Okay, then you'll hit save and continue again, and it will jump you over to the content section. So your website is going to be compiled of 3 pages. It's going to be the home page, which is the search engine. It is going to be the company profile, or what I like to call the KW section. And it is going to be the About Me section. So you've got 3 different pages. There is a section where you can create a page and add it. I'll show you that in a minute. This is the company profile. I have filled out this section in the past, and I'll show you what it looks like on my page when we go there. One day when I was in class teaching this subject, and I was going through the Kelly guide, for whatever reason, the website like refreshed itself and it got rid of all my stuff. So I can't, unless I want to rebuild this section, I can't save and continue the last page. I can this one, but not the last page, or it will wipe it from my actual website. But what I did on this page was I turned it into KW Johnson City. And I talked about how great of a community we were, or a company that we were. I talked about Red Day and how we give back, and about the Keller Mortgage Plan. It's really simple process. You literally just type in what you want the page to be called here. You can give it an SEO description. So what that is like keywords that if people Googled, it would drive them to this page. So like Keller Williams, Johnson City, Mountain Homes, Red Day, because mine has Red Day on it, different things like that. Then you'll hit the content section. And here's where then you can start to change the information on the page. Can't spell today, y'all. I still spelled that wrong. Okay, see how it changed it there? You can change the image. You've got paragraphs, like this is the intro paragraph, it's right here. Section 1 header. You'll notice it changed over here. This can be about you and your business if you would like. So I know some people donate a portion of each one of their commission checks to a nonprofit organization. They can talk about that here. If they're on a team, which there are team pages, but there's maybe say 2 rainmakers or whatever, they talk about both of those rainmakers here. This page can be anything you want it to be. I just highly recommend that if you're a standalone agent, you make it about KW and why KW is great and how it gives back to the community. Then you can hit continue. I think I want to hit continue. Okay.
Brooke, on those, on the SEO description, is there a limit of characters there or a limit of words that you can use? And do you have to separate those by commas?
If you hover over the I, it kind of gives you like an example. You have to separate them with commas. You see how like in the example here that it gives you, everything is separated by a comma. Oh wait, this is mine, not an example. Sorry, I forgot that I switched the page. Yes, if you read this, it kind of tells you in here to put commas between them. But I don't think there is a character required, like a limited character requirement. But I mean, if you type in 400 and you find out that 400 is the limit, please let me know. Okay, so the last section is the About Me section. Again, the majority of this information is going to be pulled from the marketing profile. Here's it'll ask you again for the search engine options. Then you'll move down to the content. If you need to change your bio, you can. On this example, I would like to note, you see how it does my phone number here? It does not look like that on the web page. This is just an example. In the past, it would even like have the words typed out, and like if and was too many characters. Oh, I lost Charlene. If and was too many characters, it would be like A, and then you would have ND down here and people would be like freaking out, but it doesn't look like that on the main page. Okay, so once you get it filled out to how you like it, you just simply hit continue. That's going to save everything and then it will launch your site for you. I am not going to do that because I have already created mine. What it looks like once it's been launched, I showed you a little bit of it earlier. When people go there, here are those photos in the background. Scroll down, there's a lead gen form. So if people want more information, they can type in their first name, last name, phone number, email address, and a message, and they can send it. When they send that, that goes to your command. It will automatically connect them. Oh, Charlene's back, yay. It will connect them to, it will automatically create them as a contact in your command, and it'll give you a notification. It has a very simple navigation bar here. Katie Abbey Johnson City, about me, and contacts. You'll notice that it says Facebook and Instagram right here. Because I have my Facebook and Instagram links on my marketing profile, it automatically populates them over here for me. So if they wanted to check out my Instagram or Facebook, they could simply click that. It would take them there. Gonna ask me if I want to log in, but I don't. Not now. And then they can get a feel for who I am. Okay. Now, I have created a testimonial section so people can leave reviews for me, which is really nice. And how I did that was I came over here to the create a new site on my agent site, create page. Again, you'll name it whatever you'd like to name it up here in the left-hand corner. And you'll notice you have a set of widgets over on the right-hand side. There's a team widget, an agent profile. So if you're on a team and there's 2 rainmakers and each rainmaker wants their own agent profile, you can create 2 agent profiles to be attached to your agent site. A contact form, a testimonial carousel, which is what I created, a company profile, a download my app page, or a testimonial capture page. You literally just click it, drag it over, drop it. You can put as many of these as you want on here. And then simply configure the widgets again, going through each page, changing the information. And then you'll simply save and apply, save changes. And then that page will have been created. Now I want you to notice when I hit save, it jumped me over into settings. If for whatever reason it doesn't, so let's pretend that it doesn't because 9 times out of 10 it doesn't. You hit save and it drops you right here. You go back to your agent website and you look for that new page you created and you're like, wait a minute, where was that test for class? Where did it go? You have to add it to your menu here before it will show up. And how you do that is you go to Site and App Settings. So you'll click Site and App Settings. You'll go all the way over to the right-hand side where it says Site Pages. Then you'll see this little setup here. Look familiar? KW Johnson City, About Me, Contact Us, Testimonials. If I click Add Page, there is that test for class that was created on October 30th, 2020. I can click it, hit continue. It will then let me name it. I can change the URL if I want. I can give it some SEO descriptions and then hit save. Now, when I go back to my website, refresh, drop down, there it is. Does everybody see how I added that site page to my agent website? Okay. Now, obviously, I want to remove this because it's not real. So I'm going to click the 6 little dots next to the name. And you'll see that these 3 little dots came up to the right of it. If I click that, I can then hit delete. Click to confirm and it will go away. Come over here, refresh. It's going to be like, oh no, this page is lost. Back to home page, drop down arrow, and that test for class is gone. Easy peasy. Questions on how to create the my brain doesn't want to work. Agent website and pages for your agent website. No? Okay. Perfect. I am out of time, but there is a whole nother section that we needed to go over. The guide builder is attached to the KW app. I am not going to have time to go over the KW app because I need to teach DocuSign and compliance today. I do apologize. Next month, I have made these classes an hour and a half long because I realized an hour was too short. I will encourage you to join me for next month's Command 101 week 3 training, and we'll get to the guide builder section. I'm so sorry I'm not going to get to it today. But if you want to adventure into the app, I encourage you to go to YouTube, look up Marty Miller. Look for Marty, not type today, y'all, Miller. He's going to be the very first thing that pops up when you search for Marty Miller. Just click on his pretty little face. Go down to playlists. He has a playlist, KW Consumer App Training. If you click that playlist, he'll go through everything that the app does, and he'll show you how to get your guides builded as well. He's got some really long ones. I would stick with these top ones up here that are just a few minutes long. The app is super easy to use. It's very user-friendly. Just know that when you go to look at the app for the very first time and it asks you to log in, do not try to log into it with your command credentials. It will tell you that they don't exist. That is because the consumer app is just that. It is just a consumer app. You do not have username and passwords for it. As an agent, you will have to sign up to use it as a consumer. Okay, you sign up to use it, it's going to create you as a contact in your command. Okay, guys, I'm out of time. I'm really sorry. Do I have any last minute questions before I go?
The DocuSign class, is it the same as the one you taught like last week, maybe?
DocuSign and compliance?
Yes.
Yes, it is going to go over how to use DocuSign and upload your forms for compliance.
Okay, so as long as I went online and watched that short little video and have all that set up. So I just didn't want to sit through it if it was the same class as I watched. So,
Yeah.
okay. All right. Well, thank you so much. This was very helpful. So,
You're welcome, and I'm sorry I didn't get the app.
well, no, that's okay. I don't think my brain could have handled it. So,
Okay, well, good to know. Good to
all right. Well, you all give out lots of candy. I'm not going to be able to be there. My husband had a surgical procedure, so I'm going to stay home with him.
blame you, girl. Well, everyone have a good, safe weekend, okay?
Okay. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.